What's up, Boulder, Colorado? Today we have a lot to cover, several great news stories, so we're going to move quickly through them. But these stories are from a recent interview where Coach Prime had some of the media clutching their pearls and asking, how dare he? The one thing that I love about Coach Prime is that you never have to worry about where he stands on an issue. Unlike a lot of coaches who sometimes act like politicians to try and hide things during interviews, Deion Sanders is pretty much an open book. He's going to tell you exactly what he thinks, and he's going to be brutally honest. And if his honesty offends you or upsets you, that's a you problem, not a him problem. So grab your popcorn, sit back, get ready, because we're about to enjoy Coach Prime spitting straight truth. Okay, our first story today was when Coach Prime was asked if he had a message for his haters. So many times we want to say something to the haters. You guys want to respond. You respond to people's comments that are negative toward me or Coach Prime or the Buffs. But what about what Coach Prime thinks toward the haters?
What's your message to them? And what do you tell
I don't have a message to detractors or haters. I don't have a message. I don't take my time to respond and to defend myself. Why would I do that? I'm giving you a microphone if I'm doing that. I'm giving you solace that you're in my life. I don't care. I really don't. So if it's been that way all my life, you would think that I'm used to it. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, and I keep going. So I'm good with that, man. I'm good with that. This is a comfortable place for me.
So what do you teach your guys in the locker room who are
It's about us. It's not about them. It's about us. Everywhere we go, even in your darn families, you're going to have detractors, you're going to have naysayers, you're going to have doubters, even in your darn family. And you guys are all shaking your head like, yeah, my aunt, she ain't no good. My sister ain't, she's ignorant. You don't tell the truth. That's it's going to be like that. God would always allow somebody to be in your path that have a disdain or dislike for you. It's up to you to keep going. I don't stop. I keep going. I don't have stop in me. Not whatsoever. Thank you, sir. Great question.
He said, I don't have a message to detractors or haters. I don't take my time to respond and to defend myself. Why would I do that? Later on, it's about us. It's not about them. Coach Prime isn't going to let anyone live rent-free in his head. He said God would always allow somebody to be in your path that has disdain or dislikes you. Are you going to let them win? Are you going to let them keep you up at night? Not Coach Prime. He has been around from a long time. Even back in the 80s, he was challenging the status quo and shattering stereotypes. And he's been getting hate ever since then. Next up, Coach Prime was asked about comments made that Cormani seeing the field was up to Cormani.
Coach Sean Keeler of the Denver Post, you mentioned last week that Cormani seeing the field was up to Cormani. I wonder if you could elaborate on what you want to see him do, one. And two, did he help his case?
Study, prepare.
Study,
prepare. Be on time for meetings. Show up to the darn meetings. Understand what we're doing as a scheme. Want to play this game. Desire to play this game. Desire to be the best in this game. At practice, in the film room, and on your own free time. You do know that I check film time for each player upon the week. Thursday, I need film time from the whole staff so I can see who's been preparing. And that's just not about Cormani. It's about a multitude of them. So if I don't see that you would be a fool to put somebody out there and they're unprepared. Can't do it. Won't do it. Can't do it. I'm old school. I'm sorry.
Did Oregon help in that regard? Because he got out there late.
What a score. Shoot. I started to put you out there at one point.
You see that Broncos game, or we're going back up?
Hey, leave my guy alone. Leave my guy alone. I love the Broncos. You know I love their coach, and Sean Payton's my guy. He's going to get it right. I promise you that. I believe in Sean Payton.
Look, guys, there's not really a way to be nice about this and say this, but this is just straight up. Coach Prime is challenging Cormani McLean. Now, he's young, and the kid may have a bright future. I said may. There are no guarantees in life. But unlike Travis Hunter, he apparently didn't show up with an axe to grind. He didn't show up with a chip on his shoulder. So this is Coach Prime undoubtedly trying to light a little bit of a fire under Cormani's tail to teach him to be hungry. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that little bit of extra motivation. And who better to give it than the greatest defensive back of all time? Next up, Coach Prime was asked about Keyshawn Johnson's statements that the Oregon coach had received a lot of game plans and scouting from other programs. Here's what Coach Prime had to say.
Team to Oregon.
That's ordinary.
Was that something that maybe you were alluding to after the game when you said
No.
that teams are trying to beat you? And
No. I was alluding to what I said. I was honest about what I said. No, that happens every week. That's not just from an Oregon game. That's life. And I want our coaches to understand that we're not just playing against a team. We're playing against all of college football. It ain't too many people lined up to see us dominant, to see us win. And they got to understand that as a whole. And our entire staff has to understand you're not just participating against that per se school. We call for information as well. So it's not a one-stop type of thing. But I know Keyshawn alluded to the gentleman saying that they have a plethora of calls trying to assist, which is understandable. Ain't no, that don't make it no tougher, no easier. We understand that's what we're up against.
In this one, Coach Prime is just calling out the media here. Keyshawn Johnson presented this info because it sounded shocking and it gets a lot of clicks. But Coach Prime just responded with truth. This happens all the time, and we do it too. Everyone does it. He's not going to make excuses for what happened at Oregon. Coach Prime already knows that everyone is coming for the crown that he wears, just like MJ knew it, just like Kobe knew it, and just like LeBron knows it. Everyone is coming for the king. And it's not even something that's that shocking, Coach Prime says. Everyone calls around and gets information on how you play from other coaches. That's something that has happened for years and years. I coached high school basketball, and we would call other coaches and ask them questions when we had a big matchup coming up if they'd played the team that we were facing. That happens at all levels in all sports. Now, I do have a quick favor to ask of you guys. If you're enjoying the video, if you enjoy the content, we know that we've gotten so many new subscribers, so many new viewers recently. Do me a favor, take a moment, hit the thumbs up, and comment below telling me if you guys think that it's anything crazy for other teams to share info with Oregon or not. Next up, Coach Prime was asked about what he thought about a female college football player.
Do you mind if I ask an unrelated question while I have a microphone?
Yes.
Haley Van Voorhees, she's a player for a D3 university. She was the first female who's a non-kicker to get on the field this past week as a safety. I just want to know what your thoughts were about a woman non-kicker getting on the field and actually making a play. She got a quarterback rush.
Awesome. I'm all for it. I'm happy for her. First of all, I'm concerned about her safety. I want to make sure she's safe, but I'm sure if she put on the pad, she understands what goes along with that. But, I believe in equality, not just of ethnicity, but gender as well. So I'm all for it. God bless her.
I don't have a lot to add here. Yesterday, we did a video about Coach Prime's demand for respect for women, and we thought it was really cool that not only is he talking the talk, but he is walking the walk. A really cool moment that really leads into our last story here.
You watch your boys on the gridiron.
Man, you got to understand, my baby girl is my heart. That's I love all my kids, but I love them differently, as I always say. Bossy is my baby girl. She's my heart. She has a witness protection program with her brothers. She'll never date. She probably won't get married till she's about 40 because they don't play. But that's my baby, and just seeing her compete, seeing her go out there and want it and work and sit in there and put up 100 shots at the end of practice and on her own because they could go in the gym anytime they want. That's a tremendous. We have a tremendous head women's basketball coach, which I adore. And I told her, any recruiting help you need, and you got me. And they take me up on that, and I love it when they bring the young women in that's going to advance their program. But seeing my daughter just in a darn uniform, you have no idea. I don't, even though we got an L, I don't consider it a loss when I get to watch my sons not only play on the field, I get to watch my son film everything and edit it and put it out and make people insecure around the country about their staff. Then I get to see my daughter, come in my office and take a nap on the couch and go in there, shower up and put on all my clothes and steal them. I get to see all of that. So I'm living a wonderful double life here as a father and a coach, and I love every minute of it. It was a great question. Thank you, man. You brightened my day up. Appreciate it.
He said, man, you got to understand, my baby girl is my heart. I love all my kids, but I love them differently. As I always say, boss is my baby girl. Later, he said, she's my heart. I love every minute of it, and it's a great question. Thank you, man. You made my day, and I appreciate it. So again, another example of Coach Prime talking the talk and walking the walk. The man is a real family man. He's not ashamed of the love that he has for his family. And you can tell how much different this question was than all of the others because he legitimately thanked the reporter for asking it. If you think about it in that terms, I get questions all the time about what I do for work, what this channel means, what this team is doing, what happened in this situation. But when somebody asks about something that you are truly passionate about, that's something that you truly love, your kids, your family, your little girl, it means so much more. And so Coach Prime gets questions about Dan Lanning in Oregon and gets questions about Cormani McLean and gets questions about Travis Hunter and the game plan this week against USC, all of these things. But when he was asked about his family, it meant so much more. And it truly does show where his priorities are, what's most important to him, and what his thoughts are about his family and those that he loves. Something that I think really, really stood out. And those of you with kids will understand that. You'll agree with that, and you'll really have it resonate and hit home with you. I appreciate you guys, as always, for tuning in. Got a bunch more content coming for you this week, leading into a massive home game at noon on Saturday Eastern Time. Thank you guys, as always, for watching the prime time for college football.